Alright. Waterways ain't gonna water or wander themselves. Or water. That's the cave's doing. But let's get into the technicals. Let's get to the video game. Alright, so this time around, got the abandoned waterways cleared out. At least I think I did. Maybe I missed some stuff. Not sure. Start by clearing up the last few items from the jet ski. Everyone's having the synchronized brew over at the bar. Also, I was wondering where I had placed my Sonocaster last time. It was right here. Should probably just keep that on me. It really doesn't weigh all that much. Highest quality padding, so 152 right here. Could have sworn there was another one somewhere in here. Not just galvanic foam, different type. 152. Get rid of some lower quality converters. Which actually, that's another thing I looked at is, I want to get an upgrade for my shield. I need both better shield modulators, which these two here are technically better than the ones I used for this one. But I had a much higher quality energy converter in this one. Or actually, maybe it's because it was pre-nerf. Either way, I need something noticeably better than 150, which odds are not gonna get. Got so much stuff. Too much stuff. Oh hey, Billy just resubscribed. 7 months. Very appreciated. Although, I'm not sure if I missed it or if the notification did not play in OBS. I'll have to go look at that later. Should definitely have a sound set up on it, because currently I do not. At least not on my side. End stream streak. It's bigger than any streak I've got, that's for sure. Alright, gonna do the trade circuit again, starting with Oculus. Always use more magnesium. Constantine doesn't want to buy much, at least not from me. Is there anything I want to buy from him other than magnesium? Does not seem like it. Moving on to the next spot. Which I think I'm gonna go to Junkyard. Feel like I always leave that one for last, so how about I go there first instead? Never terribly much to buy here, other than cheap metal, which I don't really need. Probably should have stashed away the galvanic foam padding, but it doesn't weigh much. Want 6 bolts. Really wish you bought more than that in one go. Also just got reminded, never got around to finishing one of the 2 faction quest lines here. Choose 2 choices were either get rid of the scrappers or get rid of the entrance that the Black Eels have for Depot A. I think of the 2, getting rid of the scrappers is preferable. The only downside is this guy disappears. Not that he sells anything too important. Not anymore, anyway. Don't really want to get rid of any of this food, but I will buy some anglerfish and pentapus. Not sure if I need motion detection or motion tracking goggles, but just in case, hold on to those. Definitely do not need 17 shield emitter bases. So I've been thinking of what I'm gonna do with all this money, because other than more super steel, there's only one other real investment I could be making. That would be buying a whole bunch of John Special. Basically like an underpie, but slightly better, and much more expensive. But at least I can get it consistently. Guy doesn't want to buy anything. A little bit more magnesium. Next, Camp Havor. Just because it's a quick one. Just notice I don't have any Pentapus barbecue. Fix that up. So if it seems like I'm looking a little bit too closely at the Psi equipment, despite not touching any of the stuff in the entire playthrough, it's because that's one of the side builds I've been doing, has been one of those. It's been interesting. But it kind of reminded me of why I don't like doing Psi in the first place. The health penalty sure becomes noticeable in some fights. Just so happens to be the fights that matter the most. Good if these guys over here buy bolts or not. They do. A pretty decent amount of them. Had it right the first time. Which doesn't usually happen. Nothing to sell or buy at Miles. Sell some more mids. Alright. Still have plenty of stuff in my inventory, so gotta go check out Fort Apogee. Maybe the Institute. Do also have to go back to Foundry, get those super steel plates, and maybe start another batch. Don't think I'm gonna have the money for another full set though. Well, I'm thinking about side builds. I've been trying a couple of different ones recently. Mostly like intelligence-focused melee builds, which I know sounds kind of weird, but some of them have been getting pretty decent results. Some other ones, however, really not so much. Namely, sledgehammers. Starting to think they kinda suck. Maybe it's just a skill issue, but I haven't been able to make them work. At least, not work good enough. Damn, this guy's got a shitload of guns. Be expected, but still. Get myself another ergonomic rocket launcher firing mechanism. It seems like the right thing to do, you know? Another big old pile of oxygen. Because why not? Trying to think of where else I can sell special bolts at, and other than SGS, I can't think of any. So I guess that means I'm going to SGS. Maybe stopping at Blaine's too. But inconsistent inventory, but hey. What if now is the time he's got a 164 quality grenade launcher frame? Hopefully I'll be quick enough to get over the foundry and back, but that's probably not gonna happen. At least, I wouldn't bet on it. Quentin's not buying any bolts. So much for that. On the other hand, I'll probably be in time to get the foundry and back, without having to use another thing of juice. You know, that thing I definitely can't afford despite one unit of it being worth 500 value units. So damn, usually I don't go through a drink this fast. 30 minutes into the stream and I'm already nearly out. Might just have to go get another. Yeah, nothing terribly exciting here. Oh well. Now I want the foundry. Go check out the stores first, and then go grab my super steel. Cause it should be done by now. Should be. Not like I've been timing it or anything. And I don't mean that sarcastically for once. So I just realized I sold my hacksaw, not thinking about it. It's only got Mark IIs. Now, if I can't find another one, I'll just have to use the Hux key for now. Using 4 times as much energy as usual. But whatever, I can afford the batteries. $139 quality tungsten. Which is worse than my current boots. Never mind that. Relatively low quality equipment today. Check out the general store and go get my blades. Plus, I've been playing with the shader, the new one they added with the recent patch, for a little while now. Mostly off-stream more than on-stream, but still. On the one hand, I kinda like it, because it makes it a lot easier to tell where you can see and where you can't. On the other hand, I kinda miss the color. Hard to say which one's more worth it. Here's my blades. How good are they? 121, 148, 110. Not the best badge, but I'll take it. Alright. Gonna go back to the base, drop off all the crafting related stuff, and head right back over to the rig. Keep the waterway exploration going. You're going all the way around. Swear, look away for like 1 second and the pathing decides to get jiggy with it. Grab some more grenades from here. I know I've got a bunch on the jet ski, but might as well bring some. Alright. Well within the time limit. Had basically a minute to spare. Alright. So good, or it could go do a second pass of the waterway facility. Make sure I didn't miss anything, but I'm pretty sure I got all of it. Pretty sure. I noticed on the map it looks like there's an area I can go over here. We should just make sure if that's true or not. Not really. No wait. Not something to loot, that's just something to look at. Okay. So done with this spot. Keep hugging the shore. Make our whole way around on the outside. Strange looking waterfall. Ah, a secret. Knuckles. And some dude hiding over there, who thinks I can't see him. A rough voice seeps through the respirator. Sigh. What? Waste him. A second sneaky dude. You better hope you kill me the next 2 turns. Doesn't look like you're gonna manage it. Alright. Get rid of this poison. And get rid of you guys. Healthier than I thought. But that's fine. That's why I have these. Your life ends 1 turn from now. Strength reduction is really annoying. And that is not doing enough damage. %. I don't like those odds, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Nice. And I'm stunned again. Really should have focused on the crossbow guy first, huh? $15 health. Now better luck next time for you guys. quality psionic shit. Key to the junk jet. Heal up a little bit more. Just enough. Oh yeah, remember how I said just earlier I don't usually finish my drink this quickly? Yeah, I'm starting to feel it in the bladder. Be right back. Alright, back again. What do you had in this junk jet? Shitty battery, shitty engine. Not terribly surprised. Pump jack. Explore the rest of this area. Already done. Now, another thing I've been thinking that I need to get around to doing is finding some new, better grenade launcher frames to replace the current ones I've been using. Not much wrong with the current ones other than the fact that they're all using airburst scopes, which is technically losing out on damage, because with the regular grenade launcher scope, I'd have 3% more crit chance. Or was it 6? I forget. Either way, it is technically suboptimal. So, I was gonna say peek through the curtain, but it's not giving me the option. And there's nothing in here anyways. Just a empty little shack. Well acquainted with this place. Mushrooms and garbage. No secret stashes. There is some stuff over there. Maybe. Well, it is stuff, even if it's not particularly useful. Go get some more drinks. Don't have any more of the one I like. By that I mean the, where was it? Feeling blind as hell. Oh, there it is. Outwork. Which is basically just a pentapus, but better. Maybe that's why I didn't have any pentapus. Drunk guy. He, seems to be busy with his own problems. An abandoned jet. See if the owner's not still around first. It doesn't seem like it. Minigun motor, some weapon mod parts, and not terrible battery. Go sell that one. Check out the rest of the grid and keep going over that way. Oh, probably not gonna find much over there. Won't know until I go. So go I shall. It's about what I expected. Weird that there's no side beetles over there. Pretty sure those respawned. Been here earlier. Check out the rest of the square and collect some poppies. There's that central area, which I'm just now noticing is called Chancer's Bay. The area around SGS is the only spot that I'm not 100% sure that I've looked at all of it. This just goes back over to Camp Hathor. How about... yeah, I should go over there and make sure it's 100% done. So I don't have to loop back around to it. Only little corner. Battery's nearly drained. Dead security camera. Wonder if that's part of SGS or if it's something else. Oh, hey there, Toby. How you doing? I think that's all of this area cleared out. Let's go through the tunnel. Go over, explore the area around Camp Hathor. Gas boat I got. Yeah. This bad boy can fit so much loot. And it'll go slow as hell when I do it. Despite all the engine power. I know there's the other one that's got the plasma cannon on it, but I think this one's the best. Because again, easiest way to get money is to transport money. Still have to beat something to unlock the DLC boats. As in, you still have to get to the expedition area, or you're just lacking the funds. Is the world limit? Yeah, current is too strong. To keep hugging the outside edge. Can't join the expedition because you need proof. Took a train and you're alone with another survivor at a different level. Got no idea. I think you went to the DLC 2 area, the heavy duty one. Which, yeah, there is a way to get out of there. But, requires a little bit of save scumming if you don't mind. From what I remember, it's, there's the train where everything goes horribly wrong. And you have to find a way to charge up the train, which if you didn't bring a shitload of batteries with you, there's only really one way to do it. And you don't have to get into the compound to get it done. It's shoot, how do I describe it? There's the tile, like say this one or that one, that you're on. You go up by one, and you can avoid the enemies. If you don't have very good detection, there's a lot of mines you have to worry about, which is where the save scumming would come into play. But you just have to go find a stash of big batteries they have over there. I think I have one of those on me. I do not. 13 perception. Yeah, the mines probably shouldn't be too much of a problem. But the goal is there's a stash of greater fusion cells you can grab. And you should be able to avoid all the enemies on the way there and back. Just make sure not to accidentally step on a mine and they won't come running after you. Although they might patrol the area. But yeah, you just get some batteries, recharge the engine on the train. It should let you access the console, and once you do that, it'll give you the maps to get back out. From there, you just kind of follow the rails that the train was on. Just be careful about the side tunnels. To stream tomorrow evening and watch you fail. I'm not gonna guarantee it, but I will try to watch. For the most part, it's like I said though, there's no fights you have to take, but it might be difficult avoiding them. but it's totally doable, because I have done it. Hundred followers. For some reason on my end it says 99. But hey, 99, 100, it's close enough. Finally in the triple digit club. Didn't have all of these. Enormous tusk. A single giant boar tusk. It's seen much use before it was detached. That's a lot of pig. And you spoiler things here. If, you mean like story related stuff in the game? Yeah, I've played it all before. Let's go ahead. The Sports Almanac. Oh yeah. I think I found that one somewhere. Forget if these are... Yeah, they are alphabetical. So, yes. Somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. An old magazine from the future. Too bad the last sport result listed here took place a couple of 100 years ago. 3 points. Now, if I had to pick a favorite one here, well, maybe not favorite, but this one's pretty good. Defective strongman arm. It's giving you the finger. Couple that I don't have maxed out. I think most of these ones I don't have completed are from Expedition. Ruined textbook. I think that's the one over at shoot, the university, I think. Do I know the reference? The fact that he had to ask me that makes me think that I probably don't. The Almanac. I am very tempted to alt-tab out to go do a quick Google search, but I'm feeling lazy. Do fill me in on what I'm missing out on. Did I ever see Back to the Future? It's probably a sin to admit so, but no, I have not. I've seen all the very iconic scenes, but I've never actually watched it. Personal failure, I know. There's a stash and some boots up there. Big old rock and a big old hole next to it. That's a big pig. Fatso. It's missing some health, and it's slowly regenerating. Better put an end to that. Goddamn. 1 foot skids over the edge. Huh. Just got an inherent adrenaline rush on it. Don't like fire. Oh, sounds like I should load up on the spicy stuff. Maybe next turn. There we go. Hit him with that stuff. And then the explosive stuff. Kaboom. Did the thing again. Knocks down a couple of rocks. Okay, once is a one-off. Twice is a hint. Hint to what, though? Oh shit. Hit me with the stun. Ah. You know, I didn't expect dying to a pig. And I also didn't expect to get a new subscriber. Thank you very much. Alright. This time, with less suck. Also didn't check out that hole down there. Be hardcore. I try every day. Results may vary. When in doubt, use the good old Elden Ring logic. Huzzah, hole ahead. That's not how it goes. We all know it goes tri-finger butthole. But that's besides the point. Red dream mushrooms. And red hounds. Praising it easy. It respawned apparently. The pigs are the red hounds, because I know the red hounds do. Not many areas in the game with pigs in them though. And it's not like I have much of a reason to farm them. At least, not on this build. Oh yeah. I did have someone mentioning it to me earlier that any creature that shows up on the map tends to respawn there. This area's got rat hounds, pigs, and a couple of types of fungus. And I do know the fungus also respawns. Arm the scorpions for stingers. I'm assuming you mean the crawlers. Cause I'm pretty sure there's nothing else with a stinger. Alright. Still don't know how to get to that stash up there. Agility 10. That ain't happening. Okay. So, Fatso. I'm thinking best way to deal with this guy maybe isn't the thermal barracks. And I left my gas grenades at home. And he's got a shitload of health. Maybe use the taser. Chips and quick save so I don't have to do all that early part again. Alright, let's go fuck him up. Start with napalm. Did not set him on fire. Evaded 80, resisted 5. Enough the stuff he resisted. Suffered 9, resisted 2. Suffered 11, resisted 2. So he's got a little bit of fire resist. Oh hey, you got a badge. Well, I will try to aim for the big channel. No guarantee I'm gonna reach it though. That's kind of out of my hands, you know. First 10 subs. You are right. I do have a small amount of them. But 10 is a lot. Or at least, from my perspective, it is. His pain suppression kicks in, which is 20% less damage from all sources. Okay, we move the stun. And there goes all my health. Maybe I should bullhead next time. And he's charging again. Dang. Charge hits me for 170, shield absorbs 26, I resisted for 30. But I didn't have that much health. Okay. Gonna have to plan better. Doesn't resist all that much heat damage. I forgot to look at the mechanical damage. Try to set on fire. I haven't been lucky with the napalms, but maybe with the 25 millimeters. Open with the napalm again. Still not on fire. Preemptive the shield. Try conjunct again. Ooh, he crit that time. Even less health. Damn. This guy's not fucking around. Oh, let me see. $66 mechanical damage, he evaded 103 of it, resisted 17 of it. So I definitely need to be stun locking this guy. Load up on concussive grenades. Is what I would say if I had more than 2. Adrenaline, stun, and fire. I'm gonna try opening with a frag grenade. It's gonna get close to me, I'll hit him with the taser. Back up from him, hit him with the napalm. Hit him with some grenades. Run around a bunch. And then probably hit him with the flashbang. And then wait for all the cooldowns to go up. At least, that's the plan. Did not take very much at all from that. It's a fake pig right there. Take some bullhead. Okay, taser. It only dazed him. Napalm. He's on fire. Overwhelmed by fear. Shoot up with the focus dim. Turn off the shield for now. Adrenaline shot. Over in the corner. It's gonna run back over this way. Hit him with 225s and then a flashbang. Okay. One more turn until both the Aphobia and the Incapacitated run out. Run over this way. Reload the grenade launcher. Fire again. Not on fire. Either way I go, I get closer to him. But if I make him run through the fire, it'll be worth it. And I can taser him again. Shields up. And he went the whole way around. Very nice. Bullhead again. Grenade launcher. And he fell down. Did not expect that. It did not survive the fall. All I needed to know. Wrong button. But whatever. Got plenty of stims. Alright. Fatso down. I'll just have to go collect the loot. I remember taking him on some other builds, but the memory is hazy. Distance, a heart, and some high quality pig leather. 123. Probably not gonna make use of it, but stick it on the trophy rack. For lack of a better item to stick on there. Alright, check out the rest of the caves. More rat hounds. A lot of them in this hole. One 114 quality. 58. Not that I need it for anything. Just for my own very spotty memory. So do have one side build that theoretically could make use of those for some ninja tabbies. Actually, how about I just check out what stats it would give me? 27 movement points, 23% increased move speed, 38 dodge and evasion, and 11% cold resist, which I think the baseline is 10, I think. Can I show my feats and skills? Sure. So there's the ability points, which is not what you were asking about. Skills, all in on guns and throwing, mostly because I've got a 3-pointer. Otherwise I would have stopped at, I forget what it is, 90 effective? I think that's what you need if you want to max out just the accuracy. Yeah. 145 effective for hacking and lockpick. I had stopped leveling mechanics and electronics and tailoring, but that was before the recent update. Chemistry, I stopped it at 112, and it went up a bit since then. Biology, I was investing into it, and that's probably gonna stay at there for now. And then all in on mercantile. As for feats, mostly it's crafting related stuff. Armor sloping, conditioning, nimble, paranoia, power management, quick pockets, recklessness, sprint, trigger happy, grenadier, salesman, practice parabola, 3-pointer, trick it or trickery, and the rest are, well, other than the one at the end. These are all stuff I found. Also, I'm starting to think Major Supplier maybe wasn't the best pick. Convenient, but there were better options. Did I smoke the pipe? I did not, actually. Assuming you're talking about getting in motion. Or do you mean outside the game? In which case, I try not to stream during that condition. This doesn't seem like a good idea, you know. You only have the final boss of Arena to beat. Yeah, he was pretty challenging on this character. The issue I was having with him is he's got both a lot of evasion and a lot of health and a lot of resistance. So I had to resort to gas grenades, which even then, what's the best way to explain this? He kind of made an unforced error of he had like maximum stacks of contamination on him, and he used the morphine, and that took out like 60% of his health instantly. So it kind of felt like I cheated, but hey, he did it, not me. Damn, can't believe I missed that. Just can't hit him. Yeah, usually your best bet is you hit him with a flashbang, then you have to find some way to immobilize him. And if not immobilize him, just smack him with area of effect attack after area of effect attack. Just kind of what it was doing. Oh hey, Deathstalker. Surprised to see you just walk up to me instead of drop in right in front of me and then stab me. I thank you for this. Yeah. The first turn thing, the way I mostly get around it is got on my build Paranoia, which does increase initiative by 5, and then I also have Trigger Happy, and then I also drank a root soda. Even then, it's not a guarantee, but it's pretty good odds. But yeah, if you're willing to watch the cutscene every attempt, that is an option. Okay. Got one perfect accuracy shot on this guy, and then he runs after me. Perfect. That first shot didn't do so much damage, I would have ran up and tased him. Didn't need it. You're trying to do the Carnifex fight at level 13. Now, this might sound condescending, but I think I found your problem. The majority of builds kind of get a power spike like around either 14 or 16. So if you wait until like 18 or something, usually you have the fight in the bag. Yeah, the Psy fight is simultaneously one of the easiest and one of the hardest. It really just entirely depends on how round 1 goes. Because if you don't kill him instantly, oh boy. But I guess that's kind of most fights in this game, right? But again, I remember every single Psy build I've ever tried. Yeah, if I get the good first round, I can absolutely destroy everything. But if I don't, it's GG no reload save. Also down the pit, there's piled up carcasses of at least 3 rat hounds at various stages of decomposition. There's a hole in the ceiling right above the pit. Light is shining through it, but you can't tell its source. Interesting. Yeah, snipers, have kind of the same problem as sledgehammers do, although to a lesser degree, I'll note. It's either first round, you walk up, hit him with like a super slam crit, and just instantly fucking deal 9,999 damage and win the fight easily. Or, you just get the shit kicked out of you after you miss. Okay, this is back over here. There wasn't one other area over there. But yeah, I found with all the different builds I've tried, even though you can squeeze out a lot more damage by ignoring stuff like defenses or constitution, So that guy's getting fucked up. What the fuck? Just one dude with a spear. Goddamn, dude. Alright. I do not have the best weapon for this, but let me try to help. Missed. Missed. Let me get closer. I feel like I was saying something, but I completely forgot in the face of whatever the fuck's going on over here. Oh, he's getting the shit ripped out of him. Sure hope he's got a health hypo somewhere. There goes most of them. Then I'll take out the pigs. He did not have a health hypo. He is so done for. And now they're after me. Or after the pigs. Works for me. They actually took him out. More pigs. One big downside of all grenade launcher all the time. You either don't fight with allies, or every shot is a potential reload. That being said, the only fight that was actually really kind of bad with that was the one with Gorski and what were they called? Black Crawlers? Whatever that gang is over in Core City. And that was mostly because rocket launchers had just come out, and I was very insistent on trying them. As it turns out, close quarter scenarios are not ideal for rocket launchers. Now think about it. Maybe the best target to use to test the rocket launchers would have been Fatso. As there's the kinetic penetration ammo. And the big downside I can think of with that one is, against most enemies, massive overkill. Against that guy though, just enough. Also, the inventory is getting very full again. That's a lot of mushrooms. Surprise. Deathstalkers. Now to make you regret that. Fire must have been overkill. Because I'm pretty sure the average Deathstalker does not give a shit and will just charge right on through. Need to save some weight, so fix up some gear. There's no way it was just one of them, was there? This probably just goes back to the same spot from earlier. Yeah, it does. There's two other exits. Or just one, split in the middle. Does seem to be all of it. Shallow area. Hunters, some name dudes over by the fire. Guy called Lance. Start with you guys. So Simpkins and I finally caught up with the bastard after tracking him for 5 days. Now this thing was a big ass grand old boar. Over 44 kilos for sure. For sure. Easily the largest one I'd ever laid my eyes on. 450? You're full of crap, Jones. Don't interrupt, Dick. My bro took out a 371 a few years ago. They can grow real big. Yeah, he nods. Yeah. Anyways, it had real thick bristles. Dark, kinda the color of crawler's carapace, you know. And it had large tusks, one of which had been broken in half. So Fatso, as we named him, was hunting for some sows, all foamy in the back, unaware there was someone else after his ass as well. Yeah, you know what I meant. Anyways, we found him approaching a sound there of about 5 to 6 sows and some piglets. No other males in sight. Until Jumbo came along. Now, Jumbo's quite a bit smaller than Fatso. Somewhere in the 260 to 300 range. Big boar, sure, but ain't even close to Fatso. Nah. Jumbo. Listen to this. Jumbo, an adult boar, had no tusk. None at all. Maybe they fell off. Maybe was born without them. I don't know. He shrugs. And he was missing his right eye. Looked like a siphoner got it, and quite recently. There was that sucker mark around his eye socket. Must have slurped that eyeball right out. So, Jumbo was a lot smaller than Fatso, had no tusk, and was missing an eye. What it had instead was a knife. You're full of crap, Jones. You're full of crap. A boar with a knife. Don't interrupt, dang it. Pigs are smart animals. They can learn to use tools and all that. My bro saw one fishing once. I swear, the boar had a knife. He held the handle with its teeth, with the blade pointed forward. I swears. A big-ass butchering knife. The derailed son of a rat was gonna go lurker style on Fatso. Now, Simpkins and yours truly. We came there to bag Fatso ourselves, but damn, were we captivated by what was going on before us. It was like the arena. They were fighting. The Sovs were cheering. And there was lots of blood all over the place. Jumbo may have had a knife, but Fatso's one big-ass, tough boar. He had to slash real deep through the thick hide and all the fat and crap to get to his organs. But Jumbo was one smart-ass boar. It went for the eyes. It slashed from left to right, top to bottom, going around Fatso's big-ass tusk. You're full of crap and you know it, Jones. So the boar wasn't only using a knife, it was also an expert fencer, huh? Give me a break. Yeah, goddammit. Just in the middle of reading some cool stuff and then a fucking bot enters the chat. Be gone. Alright, where was I? Alright, next line. Butter rats, would you stop it already? Remember the Beastmaster, the gladiator from a few years ago. One of his beasts was a boar with a frickin' rocket launcher on its back. Pigs are natural warriors. Yeah, the Baconator. One of its rockets misfired and blew it to bits, I think. Blew it to bacon. He laughs. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. Jumbo finally managed to slice both of Fatso's eyes, and it went derailed. Absolutely derailed. It ran around and round, and 'cause it couldn't see where it was going, it went right over the edge and into the river. 5 days worth of tracking went downstream like a rotten hopper egg. But of course, Jones. But of course. He punches Dick in the arm. Shut the hell up already. Look, that's what happened, okay? Whether you believe it or not, ask Simpkins if you don't believe me. You know, Simpkins. Anyway, we didn't feel like dropping Jumbo. He earned our respect. Deserved to go on spreading his seed, you know. We did bag a couple of his sows, though. Couldn't return home with nothing. And there you have it, guys. He looks in your direction. And you, Paul. I still think you're full of crap, Jones. Stanley's face turns red. Dialogues overlapping. Really wish I had a trophy to show off. But whatever. No free shit to grab. We just close that door for you. What does Lance have to say? Really? Let me have a sip first. Alright. Lance. Sinewy character sleeps in his scrappy jet. His helmet down over his eyes. His legs up on its hood, or on his hood. And his spear resting between his crossed feet. Its shaft is lodged just underneath his right arm, in an unusual metal flange, secured to his vest with improvised metal tabs. Be doing a whole lot of honk shoe. Give him a poke. He raises his helmet and looks at you over his shades. What do you want? Notice you got some sort of rest for your spear, just below your arm. Was wondering what that's for. Lifts his shades and looks at the object of your inquiry, then back at you. What? Spear. Poke poke. Point at the flange. How used? It's for naval jousting. When the freeloaders or pirates want a piece of me. I just charge full throttle and skewer 'em. Naval jousting. Pushes the shaft against the flange. This little thingy helps couch the spear. Makes it a bit easier on the arm and shoulder. He pulls the helmet back down, but doesn't fall asleep yet. What's with the spear anyway? What are you hunting with it? Or is it just pirates? Points to fishnets on the side of the jet. Find a good place, turn off the engine, throw some bait, rest, spear. How about just a little bit of explosive fishing? Works real good, even if it maybe isn't the best for the ecosystem, but hey, this is South Underrail. What's wrong with you? Pulls the helmet back down, but doesn't fall asleep yet. Don't use spears. But I'm gonna ask anyway. Can you teach me how to joust? What? Leave me alone already. I'll pay you. He raises his helmet and looks at you. Jarens? If you'd like a different type of currency. He shakes his head. Jarens. Got any naval combat experience? Yeah. I can teach you some naval jousting for 150. I need 70 melee to learn it, which I do not have and will not have. Not without making some very unwise decisions. Anyway, get some rest. Bye. He pulls his helmet down and resettles into his seat. And that guy's got things figured out. Big stick to keep the pirates away. Everything else, just wait. Unlike that other guy, that guy's not so lucky. I think it was over here back to the jet ski. I think. Yep. Charge everything up. Looking like I got this area also mostly covered now. Just kind of the central area over here. And anything that might be over there. Yeah. That just goes back up to the Northern area. Let's get down here done first. Maybe drop in at Camp Half-Hour. Sell some stuff. Feel like I swallowed a hair or something. And I don't mean the mammal. Explore the rest of this spot. Nothing but water and waves. This area's already done. And I'm guessing the rest of it's done too, but might as well check while I'm here. Yeah, no. Enough note. Keep on rolling. Did not look at this area very closely the first time around. Except for this square. Apparently I had a pretty good look at this one. Some interesting things to look at, but nothing to shoot, and no loot. On to the next. Some rough water, but I can get through. Up to here. Go up diagonal. Alright, this is the area that had that weird cave. Can't imagine just gonna be anything right here. There sure wasn't. Everything to the right of here I've definitely explored. Or should I say east? Because technically right would be diagonal. Perspective. Always fucking everything up. So this area I have not been to. There's gotta be some good shit here. Shore and beetles. Lots of beetles. Gonna use the good grenades for you bastards. And run away from the last one. Make him run to me. not really, but whatever, he's dead. Don't have to worry about it. Area over here. Just a wall. Not perceptive enough to notice anything. Nothing else over here. Keep hugging the coastline. I think this is the rig. Pretty sure they won't like it if I go over here, but let's see what happens. They don't seem to give much of a shit. The gate is closed. Likely because they want me to drive by the shops. Good business tactic. It's what I do. There is still that area in the middle over here. Pump jacks. Don't mind if I help myself to some free gasoline. Just a big old square with not terribly much in it. Keep going this way. I'm pretty sure I've fully explored the area over here, but might as well check while I'm nearby. Yep, just a little protectorate outpost here. Not much here, but it sure looks cool. What with all the shit? Is it stalactite or stalagmite? The ones that go from down to up. Those ones. They look neat. They also look like a very cool way to kill a guy with. Never been up here. Wonder what's up there. Dream mushrooms. Passageway going further into the caves. How about the rest of it? How much? Protectorate base. He misses his wife. At least I have a dreadnought here. No, in case they ever run into some absolute lunatics willing to assault the outpost, at least I have the equipment to deal with it. Which is more than some can say. Healthy green color in the water. Must be right next to Core City. Abandoned junk shed. With a good engine. Good all of it actually. Piles of junk. And a grate. What's inside the grate? Sewers. Fascinating. Anything else here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, Ray's shop. Actually, I had an extra battery over here, I think. Just grab that. Maybe sell some of the repair kits. Get a feeling I'm not gonna need all of them. So the size 3 battery. Which, I'm thinking I'm probably never gonna upgrade the jet anyway, so maybe I just get rid of that. Heavy. Don't have the power fist with me, do I? There it is. Still too much. Sell all of that. Now I had size 2 for the batteries, a singular size 3 engine, and then a size 2 engine. Pretty sure the size 3 I had was exactly this model, Power 550. Got 350, but I think I've got better. I think the shock size was 2. So it's got a power of 350. Was it the one I was looking at just a second ago? I don't know anymore. I'm kinda lost. Size 2, stability 14. Oh, so he doesn't want to buy any of the repair kits. Size 3, power 600. Definitely better than what was there. Size 2, power 450. Also, definitely better than everything that was there. Same thing with the shock. Same thing with the batteries. Do have some stuff I could sell. Get the rest of the exploration done. Nearly finished. All the non-DLC areas anyway. Keep on looking. Bunch of pillars and pipes. Not sure if they're only that tall or if it's they're holding up something kind of situation. Nothing down there. Definitely checked out all of that area. bunch of named dudes. Kinda look like hobos. Not the healthiest place to be living, but they sure do seem to be living. Let's go have a chat. Who's you? You look kinda familiar. Made it out of zone. Dude, darling. Bring more brew for coolin'. That barrel had everything. The thick layer of sludge, bottom chunkery, metal flakes corroded just right. Life of hot bloodshed ain't life. Ursula's 90 and still going like a train. That demon's gonna outlive us all. Pirates can't bother us here. Too close to the city. Dad lost his teeth in the war. Which war? He ain't sure. Doxy makes real hardcore brew. Makes it glad no one's picked her up yet. Yeah, the sheet's there to block the glare from the city and stop the bottles from falling in the water. Some pipework drop-off zoned out carnifex. You watch your mouth, you. Dude called grunge. If Biocorp was still around, we'd have more channels to watch. Back in the day, we had much better barrels for the soup. These kids don't know, or don't even know, what proper barrel tastes like. Biocorp took care of us. You could set up a bed near any dumpster you liked. Back in my day, I could go to the store and buy a toothbrush, some paste, some antidepressants, an air lotion, a pair of shoes, and a bottle of Rutka. All for a shingled Stygian coin. I don't need no underwear. I always go hardcore. Did not need to know that one. Back in my day, if you got drunk as ash, you could take a sobering pill. Now you gotta deal with hangovers. The oligarchy can shuck my grinder, the pipe workers. The only good thing nowadays is the arena, and even that was better in my day. Back in my day, the tunnelers stayed below. Back in my day, the water tasted a lot better and didn't smell so hardcore. I got one tooth left. The can opener grins teethlessly. Grimmies or Grimies, the only family I got left. My son. If Biocorp was still around, we'd have more channels to watch. Whatever you say, old dude. How about the rest of you weirdos? Ursula. It's nothing but a slacking, pipeworking drop-off. Spits. Daughter should have gone with dirt instead. May have been filthy, but he was a real man. If he hadn't smashed the monitor in drunken rage, we'd be watching the arena on the whole damn screen. I told her, but she wouldn't listen. She loves him. Fool. I hope he drowns. Maybe then my daughter will go and find a hardcore man. Stupid pipe workers even burned our best barrel. Gave me a single granddaughter. He's as good as impotent. And what do I get for all my advice? An empty bottle flying my way. Empty. Gauntlets for pansies and no goods. He loves it, the dormant-brained drop-off. I got this itch. Hey, is the next match on? The arena brings the whole family together, even Doxy. Grammy and me had our first kiss while watching Clobbernator do his thing. Her eyes gleam. It was beautiful carnage. This piece of land's taken, you. Grammy burned our favorite barrel. Had to throw it away, but the current always brings it back. Funny. Mom don't like my husband very much. They cheer for the same gladiators, though. Lots of traffic from the core ring, but all in all, this ain't such a bad place to live. We cooking slackjaws today. Now where'd I put them socks? Did not need to know that. What smell? Didn't ask. Hey, is the next match on? I don't think it's ever gonna be on. Ain't got no TV. And what about you? Make hardcore brew. So I've been told. I can dig in like a burrower if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Bites the lower lip. Yeah, I'd probably go for it. If the game let me. But it won't. Drag and drop's nice. Hey, handsome. You here for me? Winks. Take me away from here. I cook real hardcore. I'm good at fishing. I can lift heavy. I don't mind no foul orders. I got hardcore hips. And I can sing well. Don't need no fancy clothes. I can sew. And I make hardcore brew. You know, I would take you up on that offer. But I can't. Goodbye, bunch of friggin' weirdos. Get this last little bit. I think that just goes up to the Protectorate outpost. Or Port Zenith, as it says there on the map. Guessing I've got the rest of it already explored. Let me just check over here. Alright, I think that means I've got all of it. Because remember, this area just has a bunch of, or well, not a bunch of, just one angry old man telling me to fuck off. And fuck off I did. Maybe I should have shot him, but I don't need the money that bad. Alright. Been doing a lot of wandering. So how about I go and try to sell some more stuff? Park the jet ski right here. Could sell the Mark II EMPs. Since I got the Mark IIIs anyway. I'm not sure why I keep looking at some of these inventories, knowing damn well they're almost certainly not gonna have anything. And yet, I check anyways. Didn't leave anything in the pipe, did I? Nope. Just had the jig. Go over and check if Rag has some good boot springs. Forget what the quality was of the ones I had. It's either 140 or 150. I think it was in the 140 range. $140, this one is not. Nothing else to consider. Need 12 more points for another level. I do want to get another level before I go after the heavy duty DLC. Not like I have to, but I want to. go check out the store at the Praetorian HQ, which is probably the store that I've been to the least out of the ones I have on rotation. Only because it's just enough out of the way. That being said, the Blaine store is also kind of out of the way, but I check that one a lot more than this one. Or at least, it feels like I do. No grenade frames or anything. No special ammos. Just a bunch of armor I'm never gonna buy. And some other stuff. Nice house that has nothing but defense systems and basement furnishing. It's all you need. Probably. Stick the remains of Fatso on the trophy shelf. You want to make some more ammo. Forget if I need steel plates for grenade launcher ammo. No, it's not like I use small oxygen tanks for anything, because as far as I'm aware, the only other thing that uses it is cyan inhalant. I really could just be churning those out. 65% of nominal damage is mechanical, radius of 1, day system for 1 turn, if penetrates armor. Targets that are dazed have a 35% chance to get stunned, as opposed to the regular grenades. 25% nominal damage is heat damage, and then 3 to 7 shrapnel, each dealing 20% nominal. So that's between 60% to 140% nominal damage as mechanical in one grenade. It's also in a radius of 1. So even assuming the smallest amount of shrapnel, frag grenades still do a lot more than the concussive grenades. but the concussive grenades let me potentially stun a target. And all the damage is in one chunk rather than spread out, so it's probably better against armor. I'll think about it. Cluster grenades. Got some over there. Let me look at the numbers. Or apparently I don't have some over here. %, nominal damage as mechanical damage and 50% nominal damage as heat damage in a smaller radius where it lands. And then launches 8 smaller bombs in a radius of 4, each dealing the same damage in the same small radius. Does not specify what the small radius size is. This one says in a radius of 1, that one's got a radius of 2. .40 mil frag grenades have a radius of doesn't seem to specify. The thermobarics specify a radius of 3, which I'm guessing these are a radius of 2. Just a guess though. So if I assume small radius is a radius of 1, so similar to the 25mm grenades, it really is just a RNG grenade that would work best against targets with no armor. Anything with armor, it'll have the most chances to soak up that damage. Soak up in the negative way. Not gonna bother with those. And it's 2 napalm to make 3 incendiary grenades, or I could get 2 napalm grenades for the price of 3 launcher grenades. Think I'm gonna stick to just making more napalm. Keep complaining that I should upgrade. Really is kinda crazy how the thermobarics are so much better than all the other ammo types. At least for launcher grenades. Cause it's just high explosive but better. So much better. not have any frag grenade cases. Got 8 of them. And I can make some more. I think I've got a stockpile of gas grenades already sitting over there. I forgot I wanted to make those other concussive grenades. 5 more. Could use some more adrenaline shots. Wrong item. Let's see. 15. More than enough focus dims. Could use some more ages. Forget what goes in ages. Always feel like I'm forgetting something. Adrenaline, morphine, gizzard enzymes. Make, I don't know, 12. It's a pretty good amount. Started to think I should buy some more shelves. Should just have a shelf that I keep all the medicine stuff on so I can grab all of it, craft what I want, and then chuck all of it back without sorting the inventory. That would probably be the ideal way of doing it. Alright, now there was an area in the city that I never got around to checking out. This building, right here. So I should get rid of some of these rags. Got way more of these than I have bottles. I will have more of them in the long run, even if I got rid of all of them. Various scattered law contract templates. No signatures have been signed. Residential areas down below. Street layout, unfortunately, doesn't provide an interesting look. Secret box with some jumping bean. Just barely noticed that one. That one's locked. From up here, the streets below can be seen in their full glory. Another jumping bean. Sturdy vest, and a bunch of bullet casings. Hexer Mark II. Should probably start using that once I drain the rest of the energy on the Hux key. save a couple of batteries. You know, because I need the extra cash so much. Observe the monitors. Her screen is a total mess with dozens of open tabs featuring human profiles. They describe various malicious activities these individuals may have committed. Each person has another name appointed to them, and sometimes these names repeat themselves. Some of the profiles have fields that described issued verdicts for said crimes. Access restrictions, confiscations of property, even jail time and death. Over at the second monitor, only the secondary appointed names are displayed. 1L is crossed out with a red cross. Seems to be related to a case where a fine was issued to pay for certain damages caused by robbery. One collected a debt, it seems, without any resistance. Amanda Bell was the main suspect from which the bill was charged. She was residing in the drop zone. On the third monitor, the name of the current logged-in user can be seen. James Bell, a security guard of this building. And we loop. Very interesting. I just sworn there was more to that building, but apparently not. Maybe I just lacked the perception for it or something. Okay, where do I want to go next? Got all the waterways done. Haven't really explored the caves all that much. From what I remember, there's not terribly much, but it has been a long time since I've actually went to them. Didn't clear out the lower passages. I know there's a whole lurker base there. Upper Underrail, I think I got most of it, but there's still some more to do. Foundry's done. SGS is definitely done. Unless if I just want to kill everyone there, but maybe done. Maybe I shouldn't. There is still a bunch of areas in the Black Sea, especially an area right around here, which actually has some pretty important stuff. But I feel like the Black Sea cleanup could be like an episode or two in its own, or a stream or two. I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave it here for now. Just me and my jet ski. Standing 5 feet apart because none of us are gay. Anyway. It's gonna be it for today. A bit shorter than some of the recent episodes, but hey, 3-hour stream is still 3 hours. Anyway, I'm thinking for next stream, which is either gonna be tomorrow or after tomorrow, haven't decided yet. Gonna go back and do a bit of Star Sector. Feel like it's been quite a while since I've done that one. And then after that, either more Underrail or maybe some more Sulfur. Didn't really get the best feel on that game. And by that I mean, I want to play more of it. But anyways, rambling at this point. Hopefully, you like the stream. If not, I don't blame you. But anyways, gotta get going. See ya.